is provisioning. We saw data provisioning, and we saw some details as well as to, for example, which schema exactly is the job created, and how SLT talks to HANA and receives the job and then performs it at the server level. So now today we're going to see BODS. So BODS you can access. Originally speaking, you need to access from your menu.
Can we create a table and can we load it using SLT so that we can see how it works also, right? So that we can jump onto BODS method.
You want to create a table? We cannot create a table with SLT. SLT automatically creates a table for you.
Okay, can we create a job and can we can we do the SLT? Can we load it?
Yeah. So click on load, right? So it's very straightforward. I thought you would have done it by now, but anyways. So you click on load. So before we go there, so you need to know that the table is going to be created in this folder, SAP SR3. Why? Because the target schema is configured to the same. All right, and this is your tables folder. So this is where you are going to see your table. Everything works fine.
These tables are automatically created when the connection is established between SAP and our HANA, or how it is?
No. The only two tables which are created are DDO2L and DDO2T.
Yes.
What about?
Yeah, DDO2L and DDO2T are the two tables which are put in replication. So you see here, I'll tell you why. Those are the only two tables which are brought from the source system.
Okay.
And apart from that, these tables, whatever is having RS, are created because these are system tables, and none of the other tables are created.
Okay.
All right. So that's the background. Now, if you want to bring in a table, you need to click on load. We know the different modes of operation already. So you can say, for example, say BSEC. It's an accounting table. Here you see the line items. So here it is.
BSEG. Odd.
So I'm saying finish, right. And in 5 seconds it should show up here. If it's not showing up here, then there's a problem. So it's like about 10 seconds. Let's say 5. That's 5 seconds. Okay, we don't see it here. Okay, now if you want to understand if the tool is working, which is the HANA is working, so go to the order, RS order, and go to open content. So this is put in load. So you see BSEC_ADD is in load action, but the SLT is not picking up, because if it did, then it will show here. Because what happens is the SLT is reading that order from here, is going to the server, it's processing the order, and HANA is reading the status from SLT. So it's like give and take. SLT takes information, and then HANA takes information from SLT regarding the status of the tables. Now that is not coming up here. That means that we have an issue with the SLT. Something is happening. It's not up or something like that. Let's check. So we have SLT here. SLT log on. Do we have log on here? Yeah, we have SLT log on. Okay. We are not able to reach the server. Okay, so the server is not up. That means, so it's not up for a while, I guess, because last time I checked also it was not up. So you guys need to raise a ticket. Talk to Hemant if you guys find a chance from the training team, the support team, sorry, and he will get it up. That's the only thing, and what will happen is it will show here that vsec_add is being loaded and it will be in process. So each table has certain number of records, so it will take some. While it is loading, it will say this is in process, just like this, and then once completed, it's going to say executed. That's it, and then you will be able to see the table here. That's the only thing to see. SLT is straightforward. So even in the real-time environment, if you have issues like this, you will raise a ticket. You can't go and touch the SLT servers. No. Okay. Let's see the data services.
Junaid,
yeah.
Junaid, once we are loaded. So I want to run this job on a regular basis. So where can I schedule it, or whether it is by default scheduled for a regular intervals of time, or how it is?
See, when you set the schema,
Can you show me that job again, whichever we have loaded now?
Yeah, I can show you. See, when you create the schema on the server, SLT server, right, you have three modes of operation. One is real time, one is frequency, and one is the time interval.
Okay.
These jobs are real time. That's why we are using SLT. So you don't need to do anything. It's real time. It's replicating in real time. But if you want to run it in a frequency, then while creating the schema, you should choose that option and set your frequency.
Okay. What is this interval at the right hand side topmost corner? 60 seconds. What is that?
Oh, that is for the refresh.
Refresh in the sense the
refresh for
the screen here, data load management.
So no. So see, yeah, data load correct. Data load management. You see this data here, right? The status of the tables.
Yeah.
That is refreshed every 60 seconds from SLT.
Okay.
So you can keep it at 10. That means every 15 seconds you refresh itself.
Okay. So when we create a schema, like what are the settings we are going to do there? Like.
So that we discussed, right? While we discussed the SLT topic, we discussed what settings we're going to do. So you're going to set the source, set the target. You're going to give a schema the name. And you're going to set the
click on the schema so that we can have a quick look.
Yeah, this is the schema. This is your SLT schema. You mean to say SLT schema?
Yep.
See, I'm not able to access the SLT server, right? So you won't be able to access the schema unless you are able to access the reach the SLT server.
Okay. In the SLT schema only we are going to mention the interval, right? Frequency.
That is right. From HANA, you cannot control the frequency.
Okay. So if I give the frequency, say some example every 30 minutes, then it is going to trigger the job for every 30 minutes, or?
Yeah, that's it. It's going to do the transfer for every 30 minutes.
So it will schedule automatically and executes the job, is it?
Yes, automatically. You can use Solution Manager, DBA Cockpit also to manage this life cycle. That's also an option. But fundamentally, you can do it from SLT itself. Any other questions, Venu?
Junaid, yes, one more thing is like, see, if I have 10 tables in my source system, say all the tables will be replicated automatically on this frequency, or only the tables which I choose for loading option will be replicated in that schema?
What do you think?
How it is going to work?
What do you think?
I think, see, maybe my source system can contain hundreds of tables, but only I can select few tables which I want to replicate into HANA. So while creating the schema, I can choose the tables which are going to load, right?
Mm-hmm.
No. See, so while creating the schema, what you're doing is you're telling SLT who's the source, and you're telling SLT where I need to pick the data and where to send it.
Yes, correct. Mm-hmm.
That's all you're doing in the SLT level.
Yeah, correct.
Now let's get to the point of DDO2L and DDO2T. It's a good time to talk about these two guys.
Mm-hmm.
So these two tables contain the information about all the tables in your source system.
Okay.
If it is ECC. So that is how, so when you click on load here, now you see all these table information. This is coming from DDO2L and this is coming from DDO2T. This column is coming from DDO2L and this column is coming from DDO2T.
Okay.
Okay, so this is just a listing of tables, all the tables available in the source system.
Yes, correct.
Now what you need to replicate or load is up to you to choose. So that's why, I searched for B-side.
Yes, correct.
The SEG.
So for example, you can say Mara, whatever you want to say. Okay. And you can choose specifically.
Okay.
And then
you can also choose a couple of tables at once and then you can say finish. So that means I am only choosing these two tables to be loaded, not the 100,000 tables which we have in the source system, right?
Okay, yep, correct. So if I set the frequency, only these tables get be loaded, right?
Yes. See, yeah, those two are parallel things. Your frequency will be set in a common setting for the entire all the tables, whatever you are bringing into HANA.
Yeah, but that is the schema, right? See, my question is, see, schema, if I set the interval there, and if I want to choose certain tables here, only these tables will be executed on that basis, right?
Obviously, right?
Okay.
See, because if that is not the case, then when you load, you'll be loading entire all the tables. Yeah, I mean, then see, in ECC there are more than 100,000 tables. So that is a dangerous process. Or set of tables which you specifically want to load. So here, I'll show you another feature. Let's say, for example, you have a set of 15 tables. So choosing 15 tables from here is a cumbersome process.
Okay.
So what you can do is you can save those table names in a file, in a text file, and you can load that text file. So it's for easy operation. So only those 15 tables will be loaded.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Alright, great. So let's go to BODS now. I think we already seen the functioning of BODS. Let's see how it works now. Okay, so Hana,
Oh my God, let's buy a phone.
Okay, so this is BODS. BODS is your ETL tool, and this is used to bring data into HANA as well. The difference is this is not real time, and
Junaid, one more question. See,
yes.
say in SLT process, say I have selected 10 tables to replicate for every 10 seconds, say some example. So one of the load got failed for in loading one of the table. So in next time if it is going to trigger, on what basis and how it is going to identify the timestamp?
It's going to fail.
What is the last successful load? Something like that.
It's going to fail. That job will fail.
So how to correct that?
You have to go to the SLT server, delete the trigger, re-trigger, and start the load process again.
Oh, you need you meant to say again we need to reload it, is it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. You told something like it is going to generate some log file, so based on the log again it is going to replicate the whole data, something like that, and we need to coordinate some data server administrator, something like that.
Don't confuse load. Don't confuse load and replicate. Those are two different things, right?
Two different, yeah.
So load has nothing to do with real time.
Yeah, load is the initial load. Yes.
So so this frequency is set. That will be for replication.
Okay.
Loading is independent of it, right? Because see, if you, for example, let's say your table has 1 million records, or maybe 10 million records, for example. You're setting your frequency for 10 seconds. So it's impossible to load for 10 million records in 10 seconds, right? So it's going to fail if that's the case. So that what you set is for replication. Replication, so every 10 seconds will replicate. Instead of real time, instead of replicating every second, it will replicate every 10 seconds. So if you set every 1 hour, it will be 1 hour. So like that.
Yeah. So if the replication is failed, like how to fix that? Like we need to load again the entire table, or
yeah, you need to load the entire. Let's see, for data efficiency, so for keeping your data intact completely, maybe you can take a backup, of course. Then you delete it, and then you create a new table. You don't create it in the sense what I mean to say is you load the table again, and then you create the table.
load the entire table, you mean to say?
Yeah, load the entire table again and you put it on the application.
Okay.
Okay, so where are we? We are here in the database designer. Yeah, so this is the designer, which has three separate windows to start with. This is your project area where you're going to create a project and you're going to see your objects. Here, your project members. This is your local object library. It houses many tabs. So if you see here, it can contain your existing projects, it can contain existing jobs, workflows, data flows, transformations, data stores, formats, customs, and so on. So custom functions and so on. So I think, did we see this? Did we see how to create a data store?
No.
Okay. So I know we did this like last week. So I'm not expecting you to remember how to do all this, but we can briefly discuss what is the concept in creating a data store and what is the logic, why we are doing this. So now we're just going to implement it. So
Junaid, I think we haven't started this yet. So Aubrey has already completed any session on this, or how it is? This is the first time.
Started what?
About BODS, you were saying something like.
We didn't see the practicals, but we saw theory.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I told you it happened like last week, so maybe you don't remember, but we saw theory of BODS also.
Okay. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah, no problem. Check the video.
No, I think we discussed about only the SLT, not BODS, I guess.
I can't remember discussing BODS.
Even you can't remember?
I can't remember we discussed.
You can or you cannot?
Cannot.
Cannot.
Okay, yep. I think, yeah. We didn't discuss this, Junaid, if I'm not.
I'm not. I mean, I could be wrong because I'm running parallel batch. I remember that. Okay, anyways, I'll show you the deck. See if you remember it.
Okay.
So, have you seen this?
Yes.
Okay. So this is BODS, right? So
yes, we saw this.
What's BODS?
Yeah.
Explain you in the paper, like what is data stores and all.
Okay.
Alright. Okay, good. So
What is the current BODS version, Junaid?